What is that? That could be very worrying. It's lost my squads. I am gonna be livid. Because I have to redo this all the time. Here are the teams and the formations. So we've got 1995. They are playing with the back five. Grimaldo and Kimmich as the fullbacks. Back three, Ake, Akanji, Jimenez. Not bad. Really strong two in the middle. Milinkovic, Savic, Palinha. Zakagni is operating as essentially a winger. He's drifting out with Sorloth and Watkins up front. And then look at 1992. We've got Neymar, we've got Son, we've got Mane, we've got Salah. Mane as a striker is a bit strange. I was gonna have it be Son, but he's not natural in that position for some reason. So I went with Mane, who is. And then, yeah, overall, two really strong teams. And we'll get into game one of the night. If a team concedes a lot of shots, doesn't concede a goal, is that good or bad defensive performance? Shots on goal, I would say that's a bad defensive performance. And the goalkeeper's bailed you out, right? Because surely, yeah, the goalkeeper, I think what Schmeichel used to say is you could put a bin in the net and that it would concede as many goals because the defense was so good that he didn't face a lot of shots. So, yeah, I'd say that it was bad defensive. And actually, it was bad defensive. There was at times Van Dijk was nowhere to be seen. But Alisson, it was a great goalkeeping performance, I guess. Yeah, did you see the Tottenham goal? It was Bergvall, who is in one of these teams. Already played in Group A. A bit of a strange own goal. Man United, not a great performance. I did watch that one. Just, lower your expectations when you're going to watch a United game. That would be my advice. But we're getting into game one, 1992 versus 1995, playing at Rams Park. Really, this is going to set the tone. I actually don't know who is my favourite for this group. I would like to see, I think 1992 has a lot of players that you like, like it's got your Salah, it's got Neymar. It'd be nice to see them go and do pretty well. And yeah, disappointed by United. I think the commentary said something quite accurate, I thought, when they said we need to stop thinking of Man United as Man United and just gauge this performance as it is how they're playing. And a 1-1 is pretty good by our standards at the minute. So, yeah, we'll take a draw away. Ooh, I'm not sure about this kit clash. The dark green and the dark purple is a bit dodge, but we'll see. Here is Zakagni. Yeah. Carvajal winning the ball off him. Roma comeback. I haven't actually seen the Roma result. My brother-in-law supports Roma, so let me see how they did. Here is Neymar. Cutting inside, doing his skills, gives it to Xhaka, and there we go. That was goal one of Group D. Granit Xhaka with the first goal of the group, assisted by Neymar. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I literally had the Roma Bilbao game on while I was setting up this stream. I was more focused on the Bilbao element because I thought Williams, he looks a lot younger in real life than he does in FIFA. I just thought that was interesting. Because you forget how young he is because he's already won the Euros, him and Yamal. Yeah. Here's Watkins. I'm loving this purple kit. Oh, he gets it through to Sorloth. Oh my god! 1-1. 10 minutes in. Sorloth with the first goal. High fives, no one. Yeah, he was at Crystal Palace for a period, wasn't he? I get him mistaken with, oh, what's his name? The one that played for Cardiff. I think he was Danish. I always get them too confused. His Mane through the middle. I feel like he's going to struggle. I don't think, unless they're on the counter-attack, I don't think him as a striker in FIFA necessarily makes sense. So we'll see how he does. Ooh, Alaba's done well there. Bit out of position though. Neymar. Not the best pass towards Salah. And the ball goes out of play from poor clearance. Let me have another look. Why isn't this working? Okay, here's Neymar. Oh, Neymar, come on. And he hits the crossbar and it goes in. 2-1. This is starting out very good. Is that Mane with the assist as well? Great strike. In off the crossbar. Lovely. Considering Yamal is so young and probably still growing, what happens if he becomes too tall to be a winger and has to shift positions? That's something that's interesting. I remember this, bringing it back to United, I guess. McTominay, when he started playing regularly. Hold on, Milinkovic-Savic. Is this going to be another goal? 2-2. We are only 20 minutes in. This is insane. Yeah, I don't know. McTominay, they would never stop talking about how he grew so much in just like a year, because he was like quite short before that, and they would always bring it up every single game as their fun fact. But if you were watching the United games, it just became quite repetitive. The only thing I'd say Yamal is so good, but so was Fatty, and look what's happened to him. So it's very difficult to say these young players, will win Ballon d'Ors. You really never know. This is the fun of this tournament, is that a lot of the young players who are really high potential aren't going to be in these teams if I do this in 10 years' time. Cagney. It's been very much on the left side. Oh, he's done very well to hold off Carvajal. No one's really in the middle just yet, so he cuts inside. Oh, and Carvajal gets the ball off him. Now the counter-attack. There's Sadio Mane. Well, there's tons of space in the middle, but Kanji does well. Oh, Mane's won the ball off. Salah was in the middle, but he went long towards Son, and Megan cuts it out. Yeah, hopefully they'll take... It's a common trend with young... There's so many games. Was it Pedri, or was it... what's the other one? Gavi, who played like 50 games in a calendar year. It's crazy. Here's Watkins through Sorloth with the pass. It's gone a bit wide, though. Will he... He does. He puts it in. 3-2. 5 goals in one half. That is crazy. Good start. I'm going to keep trying to get this chat thing to work, but I genuinely don't know why it's not. I'm just going to stick it on, and if it starts to work at some point, then good. If not, we've got a little black box down in the bottom right. Bellingham. Cagney. He's been good so far. Very much involved. Watkins. That's maybe the first save of the game. Or first good save, maybe. Great game, but real ones, don't forget the 4-3 comeback. Yeah. Let me see. I've got the scores up. 4-3. That was 98. Good memory. Halftime now. It's got 5 goals so far. 4-3 would be 7. So we're on track. This could be a record-breaking game. See, XG-wise, only an XG total of 2, so we're 3 goals more than expected at the minute. Let's get into the second half. See if this continues. Neymar. He's been very involved so far. Haven't seen much of Son, but that's kind of reflective of this season. Kimmich. Comes right towards the corner, but he's won. Oh, goal kick. Never mind. Barca woman destroyed Madrid woman 5-0. Do either of you watch women's football? I watch some of the Premier League ones because they're on Sky, so if they're on, I'll chuck them on. The Man United team, mostly, as a United fan. Although it hasn't been the same since Earps left. Although we still do have Toon, so that's what we have. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see the that Puskas worthy goal? I think it was Tigres, or it was definitely like a Mexican team. Crazy scorpion kick. Check it out if you haven't already. There's a shot from Sorloth that's gone well wide. Oh yeah, I suppose I forgot about the national teams. Whenever there's a national tournament, I'll watch some of those. I'm pretty sure Netflix are supposed to have the rights to the next World Cup, which I think is going to be pretty cool, because that's like wider access. Because pretty much everyone has Netflix these days, so I think that should help with the viewership. Okay. Sorloth. Team hasn't yet been using its height advantage, but here is Rabiot off the bench, and he makes it 4-2. Are we on track to have the highest scored game ever in the history of this tournament? It's a good shot. Rabiot off the bench. Should women's football goals be considered for Puskas? I think they are, because I'm pretty sure I remember there being a goal previously in the nominees list. So I'm pretty sure they are. And I think because it's more, it's just the goal, so it's easier to compare two goals, because you can have a goal scored by any level because even wasn't a couple years ago the crutches bicycle kick. So I think the Puskas goal is really anything. So I don't think there's any reason that the women's wouldn't be involved in that. There's a good overlap from Kimmich. Sorloth. Oh, Would have been a very good header. He could have laid that off to Watkins. Again, they're really not using their height advantage. I would have thought corners would be a really big deal. Correa coming on. That's a very big difference in height. There's Orban. Playing a very high line at the minute. Morata doesn't quite win that. Got about 10 minutes left to try and get back in this. That's a good tackle. Here's Watkins. Palhinha. Correa off the bench, overlapping Grimaldo on his left. Here is Correa. Oh, Watkins almost collects it. His son. Can he get involved? He's cutting inside. That's a good tackle from Akanji, who stops the corner as well. Salah. Not really been much involved. Here he is cutting in and he's lost it as well. Watkins. It's a good run from Rabiot. Cuts it back and that's a good save. I think Rabiot has definitely put himself in contention to start in the next game. Let's take a look at how that affects. Oh, okay. Did you expect the Barcelona career mode? Absolutely not. Did you expect the Barcelona career mode to blow up as much as it did? No, I made that purely because I had a lot of time on my hands. Something happened and I suddenly had a lot of time on my hands. And I was just like, you know what, I've always wanted to watch this type of thing, so I would like to make this kind of thing and see how that goes. And people responded like really well to it. And I'll be honest, I didn't tell anyone that I knew for quite a while because I was a little embarrassed by it, to be honest. But it's so cool. I'm really glad that a video that I really worked hard on did well. It just, I don't know, it was very redeeming in a weird way because I felt like I was being really silly making it. But yeah, I'm very nervous about tomorrow's video, like really nervous because I don't know, I don't think it's going to do well. So we'll see. Now, so 2-4, so that's a loss for 1992. 2 goals for, 4 against, and 95 with their first win. Puts them top. So that's how we're looking at the minute. Let's hope 1992 don't get knocked out. Scottish football underrated. Celtic put up a good fight with Bayern. Crazy how. What do you guys think about the whole debate about Scottish football, how they would do in the Premier League? Because I think that one's very mixed a lot of the time. But they've had some good managers lately. The Celtic team at the minute's really good. I don't think I know too much about the Rangers team other than Butland. Just collecting all the stats just in case I ever need them, if you're wondering what I'm doing here. And with the way that, because there's so many stats in this FIFA, I'm never able to get them all. But look at Sorloth there with those assists. He got 3 assists. And Rabiot came off the bench, did well. But I'm not sure who he would get in ahead of. Maybe Palinha. But he played alright, so there's no reason to drop him. Martinez with a 4.3. Son, 6.7. Not really involved in the game. Same with Salah. Mane and Neymar all through the middle, really. I'm low-key very annoyed I can't get this little chat box to work. I was working on like an hour trying to get that thing to work. And it took so long. I was going to stream earlier. It took so long. I was like, it's too late to stream now. But then I just wanted to do it a little bit because I was in the mood for it. Celtics mid-table, Rangers probably fight relegation. I think that's fair. I think that's, yeah. I mean, you look at the current, it seems like in the Premier League, the teams that get promoted aren't putting up that much of a fight. At the minute, the last 2 seasons, it seems like they've gone straight down. So, yeah, maybe get them instead. I don't know. Do you think, QL, if Coventry were to get promoted, do you think they would be one of the teams that stay up, or do you think they would go down? 93, ironically, why does this always happen? Ironically, 1993 is Celtic, and 1994 is Porto. It's the Celtic third kit, that camo, versus the Porto home kit. And here you can see how the teams line up. 2-4 at the back formations. I think the 1993 team is quite funny because you've got players like Kane, Oblak, Rudiger, 88 plus, and then Maguire genuinely is like one of the best options. So Maguire starts, and that's not even biased. That, and then over on the other team, really good fullbacks, incredible fullbacks, Stones and Marquinhos as well. Silva, Trossard, Fernandes, Mitrovic. It's just quite a well-rounded team, that one. So let's get into the game settings. So this is not being played at Celtic Park. This is Ulker Stadiumu, if I can find that. Oh, there we go. And that is being played at 8. We'll keep that nice and clear. And there we go. If Scottish football teams were in the English League, I think Celtic would get around Rangers around 16th, and the Scottish League would struggle in the Championship. Yeah, I don't know about the other teams, in fairness. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the balance is there. I feel like the lower ones would probably be more League One, but that isn't a very informed opinion. I'm not going to lie. If Coventry were promoted, would finish 20th and get battered 5-0 every week. Damn. Do you really think? What do you think you'd be worse than Southampton have been this season? We've spent a lot of playoff money on buying the stadium. Damn, that's a very strong opinion. I'm surprised. Can I get this to work? This is the very last time I'm going to try. It's all very blank. Yeah. How would PSV do in the Premier League? Ooh. Well, they're competing. But yeah, then again, there was the Arsenal game. That's interesting. I think the Arsenal one was an anomaly. Arsenal aren't that good. As in, aren't that good. I don't know. I think they're not getting relegated. I think they're mid-table. Maybe mid to lower table. They're definitely better than United. I'm the most pessimistic person in football. Well, yeah, I suppose that does make sense. You weren't too confident on your playoff chances. Well, I hope you come up, and I hope you break the streak of relegation teams. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think that Arsenal game reflects them. I genuinely think that was an anomaly on both ends. Ooh. Early foul there. Early yellow card even for De Paul. The best hair in football, Rodrigo De Paul. Just a bit late. Fred playing backwards at the minute. And Dybala very deep. This feels very strange. Players in positions I'm not expecting them to be in. Here's Guerrero. Icardi. In towards Dybala. Oh, and that's a great near post strike. Brilliant finish there. Look at the space. Considering that Stones and Marquinhos, that is a huge gap. When you go down to League One and lose your stadium, you learn to never get your hopes up. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that'll happen to United soon, so... No, I mean, yeah, I get that. I think it's funny because I've grown up around a lot of Stockport County fans, and we've had... I say we, I like Stockport as well, but they've had issues with stadiums and going all the way down to the National League North, so even lower than the conference. And considering I'm from Lincoln, and Lincoln also kind of had that same trajectory. They went down just to the conference. They never went down quite as far as Stockport, but it seemed like it was happening at the same time. But then Lincoln started getting better quicker than Stockport were, so I've always had like a bit of a disdain for Lincoln. Our game might get a trophy. Yeah, it does seem like the curse is maybe going to be lifted, but we'll see, because it could always slip up in the Bundesliga, and the Champions League is never guaranteed, is it? I do think Bayern are up there with some of the favourites, but I wouldn't say they'll win it. Well, that's another rash tackle, and that's another goal, 2-0. These games have been very high scoring, very early. Icardi with his first. Oh, that's a great near post strike. I said his first. Wait, who scored the first goal? I've already forgotten who scored the first goal. Because I'm pretty sure that might have just been Icardi. I think I'm losing my mind. I don't know. I feel like 94 are in this still. There's plenty of time. We've seen bigger comebacks in this tournament. Here's Mitrovic. There's space there for Bruno if he finds him. Here he is, Bruno running into the box. Is this the first goal? It is. Bruno Fernandes makes it 2-1. Why are these games so high scoring today? I think PSG are top 5. Especially this season. I think this season, actually, they probably challenge for the title, because I think this has been a very poor season. But I think generally over the last 5 years, they'd be top 5. Well, yeah, so you say Bayern have sealed the Bundesliga. It is only 8 points, and it's Leverkusen who they're up against. I feel like... Do they play each other, or have they played their games yet? Let me just check that. 8 points is still up for grabs. Ooh, that's a good turn by Rafa. Oh, and that's 3-1. Yeah, I'm just looking. I feel like they have played. Yeah, it looks like they've played. Yeah, I agree. PSG, especially this season, absolute title contenders. Trossard. Robertson, that's a good turn, but Rudiger does really well. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Leverkusen come back. I mean, in the Champions League, I think it's funny watching the predictions on the Champions League show. Pretty much everyone predicted the exact same route to the final. Pretty much everyone had the Clasico as the final, which I feel like, to me, if I was a betting person, I would look at that and be like, then that's absolutely not going to happen. There's no chance that the final that everyone's predicting is going to be the final. Here's Cancelo. So there's going to be a surprise. So maybe Leverkusen. Who knows, maybe PSV could come back against Arsenal. You never know. That's a good save, that one. Pickford. Oh, sorry, Oblak. I don't think PSV are going to come back, by the way. That is too big a comeback. Corner from Fernandez. It's a shot from Kalanoglu. Seemed like there was a shout for handball there as well. Seems like we're going to go in at half-time. 3-1. 1993 with the 3 goals in the first half. Can they get another one just before half-time though? Harry Kane is in space. Icardi's in more space. Kane goes alone though, and Pickford makes the save. Dabala on the corner. Into the 5th minute of 2 added minutes of time. Rafa has the shot. Is that going to be half-time, or are they going to play the corner? Looks like that's half-time. So half-time 3-1. As it stands, that would take them 2nd in the group. XG pretty much reflects what we're seeing, but the possession is very heavily in 1993's favour. DePaul. I feel like there's been a formation change. Just looking at where DePaul is and where Fernandez is, it looks like they're playing those two in centre mids. Here's Chakanoglu. Just has a shot from distance, but it's blocked out. DePaul was making a run. Dabala. There's a good run there from Kane. That was close to offside. I don't know why he made that pass, though. Is there time for 1994 to make a comeback? Here's Mitrovic. Bernardo Silva gets past Rudiger. Mitrovic is surely offside. Scores the goal. Was he not? 3-2, 1994, making the comeback. I thought he was certainly offside. Let's see the replay. I swore he was off. don't think we're going to get an angle. So let's take a look at the replay. Oh, I'm way off here. No chance that's off. There we go. Yeah, look. The ball. Oh, maybe it could be closer than I'm saying. When it leaves, it might not be. Oh, that is very tight. It's very tight. In 5 years, in 5 years, where are Man United going to be? That is interesting. What's the year going to be in 5 years? 2030. If we haven't, if we're not like finishing second place in the next 5 years, then the team's like, it means Amarim's not going to be there probably, because they're not going to do 5 years and he's not doing well enough. So we'll probably have a new manager and we'll probably just be continuing the same old stuff. Better VAR and Retro FIFA stream than in real life. You see, okay, my controversial opinion. Oh, hold on. No, never mind. My controversial FIFA opinion is that they should have incorrect decisions in FIFA and use like an eye line, like what can the ref see and what can the linesman see, like their point of views. Hold on, here's Trossard. Trossard makes it 3-3. The comeback is well and truly on. Could we have another 4-3? It's looking like it. Yeah, use like a field of views type thing. Like if the referee doesn't see the tackle and there's no VAR in that league, then I think it shouldn't be a red card because no one saw it. You know, stuff like that. And so like incorrect decisions can make for a more interesting, realistic game, I think. I don't know, what do you think of that? Yeah, I think it would be cool. And I think in like Ultimate Team and competitive stuff, you'd turn it off. But like in career mode, I think that would be a little fun option. Do you think England will win the World Cup before 2050? Ah, God. No. I'm going to say no. And that's hard to say because my dad's going to be probably dead by 2050. And I'd like him to see us win it. Because he was born 3 years after we won it last time. So it'd be cool. They already have incorrect decisions. I mean, but they don't have it built in. They have incorrect decisions because of weird glitches and stuff. But I think the reality is that they're supposed to be correct all the time with offsides and stuff like that. I think when the incorrect decisions happen, you don't think, oh, you know, the ref didn't see that. That's a part of the game. You think, oh, FIFA's broken. You know, if it was built in. And also, if they built that in, it's a really good excuse for whenever someone says, oh, FIFA's broke. No, you'd be like, no, we meant that. It's Talisca. Killinoglu. Well, looks like there's an injury here, but here's DePaul running in. Silva. Ah, offside. Lukaku coming on for Icardi. And who's that? That's Berardi coming on for Trossard. Will someone be able to get a winner? We've got a couple more minutes. Bruno's injured, but it looks like he's still playing. Fred doing a nice little dribble here. Gets it to Kane. He's not been too involved. Plays it a little bit. Yeah, he played it way too late. Di Lorenzo was making a great run there. Kane just couldn't find him. Looks like the game will be a 3-3, but that is pretty crazy. We've had, what's that, 12 goals in 2 games so far in this group. Fernandez. It looks like there's a run happening on the right. Talisca doesn't go for it. He's taking it slow. Is there enough time for a winner? Fernandez puts it through to Hakanoglu. Oh, and there we go, 4-3. The comeback is completed. Our second 4-3 of the tournament. Hakanoglu with the winner, assisted by Bruno. And let's start getting that into the Excel sheet. Down. Four with the win. There we go. So much quality in the England team, but I don't think we'll get the best out of it. I mean, that's the story of England over the last 20 years, isn't it? Think of our golden generation. But yet that is full time. 1994, get the win, 4 goals. 4 goals for both the away teams in the first 2 fixtures. Dybala doesn't look very happy. Let's take a look at how that leaves us. So 1995 are top of the group as it stands. They'll be playing 93 next. So big games for 93 and 92. If they lose those games, could spell danger for them.